And the lure of jobs and vocational training is attracting many Indigenous people to Western Australia's booming northwest. Many of them are finding the reality much less appealing, with accommodation hard to find and mining wages below expectation. Typical are the problems faced by a group of trainees recruited by the Fortescue Metals Group at a TAFE college in the Pilbara. The ABC's Jeff Waters reports from Port Hedland.
These students are being trained to work at Fortescue Metals Group, or FMG, a company that promotes its enthusiasm to help Indigenous workers. But their supervisors weren't happy to see the ABC. So do you work for Fortescue?
Mate, seriously?
Can everyone go inside, please?
The ABC understands many of them have been sleeping rough with no accommodation. Many came from eastern states. They're now billeted with local families, and they're paid just $50 a day.
The intake prior to this one and the one prior to that have had similar complaints about no accommodation.
This informant didn't want to be identified.
They don't have the financial capacity to fly out. They haven't been given return flights to their home, and the community's now starting to try and raise them funds.
A spokeswoman for FMG says they're all adults and were warned about a lack of accommodation before they travelled here. But students say they came under false impressions. Although what's been happening here at Pundalmurra TAFE casts serious doubt on Fortescue's commitment to its Indigenous trainees, serious questions are being raised about the treatment of Aboriginal people already in the workforce, and it's right across the industry.
I've seen it within my own family. A lot of people been trained to drive machinery, and sweeping up and using water sprays is their job, not what they're trained to do.
Rodney Monaghan part owns an agency for Aboriginal workers in the Pilbara. He says he has an 80% retention rate, but he says others are often mistreated by big companies.
It's not happening. It's all lip service.
The FMG spokeswoman describes the allegations as untrue. She says the company has trained 900 Indigenous workers and now directly employs about 300. Jeff Waters, ABC News, Port Hedland.